we're going to continue the day, and we're going to have a great time. I'm excited about the next guy. I mean, he's really well known all throughout the industry as a guy that just brings really like-minded hearts and like-mindeds together. He's really passionate about helping the industry, and he's been a great builder. And, really excited to introduce, our good friend to the stage, Mr. Simon Chan.
MLM Nation, this is Simon Chan. Are you ready to make it happen? We're going to talk about the law of reflection. I'm going to give you my winning routine that's helped me build $1 million business and create 3 online brands. But before that, if some of you who don't know me, let me just introduce myself. My name is Simon Chan. I'm a business coach, I'm a speaker, and I'm an online marketer that helps distributors find more prospects, sponsor more people, and create duplication. And unlike many of the other amazing speakers, I'm probably one of the rare breed. I actually am not actively building my business. I've retired. I no longer sponsor. I no longer put anyone in my organization or refer. But my company still pays me a 6-figure residual for doing nothing. Okay? All I do is like less than 5 minutes a month just to change my ordership. And so some people in my company, I think they have new products and stuff. Like, don't ask me. I don't know anything about it. I just changed my ordership. And last month, I ordered the wrong product that was no longer available. And I make sure every Friday the checks get direct deposited. That's true. If you have any prospects that say MLM doesn't work, tell them to talk to me, okay? Because it gives you residual income. But my purpose is to have a positive impact as many lives as possible. That's why I do what I do. I have 3 beliefs about network marketing, okay? I want you to write this down. Number 1, network marketing allows us to fulfill our unlimited potential. I used to be a shy, quiet Asian kid. English is my 3rd language. I speak fast. By the way, anyone understand what I'm saying right now? I'm fast? Okay. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn. Anyone from Brooklyn? From the hood, right? So I grew up fast, and especially I'm passionate about network marketing, so I go even faster. So I do my best to slow down, but I can't fake it, So another thing is, because I'm from Brooklyn, New York, I'm very no BS, no hype. I like to give it the way it is. Right? Can I give you the real deal? Yeah. I don't like the rah-rah, fluffy, feel good. I mean, there's a time for that, but I'm just like, I like to give the real deal. Yes? Yeah. And no BS, good. So number 1, my belief is network marketing fulfills our unlimited potential. I used to be a shy, quiet Asian kid. I never could imagine. Actually, the first training I ever did, I invited a team of like 15 people, invited them on a conference call, and 5 people showed up. It was supposed to be a 30-minute call, and I finished in like 17 minutes. Because I spoke so fast, I'm so nervous. And then afterwards, any questions? And everyone's like, can you just repeat the whole thing again? Right? I still remember that. I was being part-time in the backseat of my 4Runner in front of the Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach Pyramid, doing that. But if you go, like John Maxwell talked about the consistency, you can do amazing things. Number 2, why I love this business is because it allows us to give back more. That we hear about the contribution, the leaders who are contributing back, whether your time, your energy, money. And number 3, I believe allows us to be better parents because you're always leading by example. And we're creating a legacy. Allows us to create the next generation. So one thing's guaranteed, we're going to die here, right? But we leave the world better than we came in. And those are the 3 things that always motivate me. Now, we talk about growth, but none of that's going to be possible if you don't take the time to think and reflect. And I find a lot of people don't do that. See, most of the people, they don't like to think. They work, and they go home and they vegetate in front of a TV, right? I see a lot of distributors do that too. They work hard, they're working, but they never take time to think. And what thinking does, it speeds up your growth. So a lot of the top most successful people in the world, they think. Like the late Steve Jobs, he was famous for going on long 45-minute walks every single day to think and to reflect. Sports teams think, don't they? You know what? But the thing is, distributors, you know what I find them doing? A lot of times they're working, especially in this age of mobile phones, instant notifications. We're always on the phone. Our brains never stop. So you're doing, but sometimes you're letting your growth by chance. Because you don't know what happened during the day. And next thing, the days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and next year, you're at your same rank. Sports teams take a timeout. They at halftime, what do? They analyze, what did we do wrong in the first half, right? Like, right, correct? Doesn't matter what sport, they take timeouts. Corporations, they have quarterly meetings, monthly meetings, yearly meetings. So reflection is really important. So I'm going to share with you one thing that I do every single day. I want you to do this every day starting today. Can we do that? Yeah. Okay, so this is what I've been doing every single day. Every night, and there's 3 parts of it. I'm going to start with the most basic. Every night, before you go to sleep, I want you to write down, whether it's on a notepad, old school notepad. I use Evernote. Okay? A little plug for Evernote there. I think it was the most amazing app. 3 wins of the day. 3 things that was a win. I think one of the reasons why, we want to do well, but doesn't sometimes like life beats you down? Like we want to do well, but life just hits us because we tend to be negative. We tend to exaggerate the negative and forget about the positive. So before you start, when you recap the day before you sleep, 3 wins. 3 things that you consider win. Right? Maybe you woke up early to work out. Hey, that's a win. If you had never worked out before you woke up, that's a win. If you never worked out 3 days in a row, you did that is a win. Maybe you have 10 wins, 20 wins, but just start off simple. 3 wins of the day. Okay? Second thing is, 3 things you need improvement on. Okay, so this is where you think, what could I have done better? Think about maybe to a prospect meeting. What could you have done better? Maybe you could have started on time. Maybe the product display could have been better. Think of ways you can get better. This is how you can improve quickly. Okay, most people don't analyze this. They don't think back. What 3 things you could have done better? Maybe your relationship with your spouse. Maybe your prospect saying no to you, messed you up, and then you come home and you're short on your wife. By the way, that's happened to me before. Okay? I admit that. So write it down. Okay? Write it down. There's a magic when you write it down. And the same notebook or the same Evernote every single day on the file. Because if you have needs improvement, you keep writing the same thing down, you start like, oh my goodness, it's time to shape up. Right? But when you don't write it down, we tend to forget things. So writing it down. 3 things you need improvement on. How many of you feel sometimes in this business it beats you down? Beats you down. You're discouraged, right? Here's a rule that one of my mentors taught me. When you feel good, you do good. Right? There aren't there days where like maybe right now you feel like you can do anything in the world as possible. Right? After especially listening to John Maxwell, how many of you are fired up? Yeah. Right? But then there are days where you don't even want to get out of bed. You don't feel like doing anything. You see the prospect list, even though 3 names, it looks like 30 names. You don't want to make that the phone is heavy. Right? So here's the mental hack. When you feel good, you do good. You know one of the quickest ways to feel good is? Gratitude. Grateful. Okay? Gratitude. Sometimes you feel, oh, this day sucks. This day is terrible. Be grateful. So here's the next thing you're going to do is 3 new things in your life that you're grateful for. 3 new things that happened today that's never happened before. You write it down. Now, some of you may say, oh, but my day is every day is the same. No, every day is not the same. You know what this exercise will do for you? It will make you appreciate the small little intricacies of life. Okay? So it could be anything. It could be like I picked up my son today, and he gave me a hug that he'd never given to me before. He jumped on me, jumped out at me, right? Tried to tackle me. It forces you to replay the day of all the good things in life. Every day is not the same. We live in the most opportunity blessed country in the world. There's a lot of people complain about life sucks. There's people out there who will give anything to live one day in America. Right? So the 3 new things, think about everything in your life, whether it's your wife, your family, your business, 3 new things you're grateful for. Now, some days could be easy. Like if you go to an event like this, it's easy. Right? Like I've never spoken on this stage before. That's one. I've never... I met Holton for the first time yesterday. Well, that was yesterday. I wrote that down in my journal yesterday. Okay? Right? So you think of 3. So I can use that. So who else did I meet today? I immediately start triggering with new people I've met in my life. New opportunities. Right? Most of us, we are programmed by society because of the media to think all negative. Even if you follow sports, some of you, how many sports fans here? If you go to ESPN, most of it is negative on the first page. Drug bust, or like who failed a drug test, or teams are losing streak, who got fired, who's on the losing streak, right? Negative stories. So we're conditioned to be negative, so you got to start bringing out the positive. 3 new things. Okay, again, if you've never done this before, it may not be easy, but you do it more and more. You guys, you see, everything is like a muscle. That's another hack. The more you do it, the more you become aware. Because it's not who you are, it's who you're becoming that matters. And every second, we are becoming something different. Are you going the right way or the wrong way? Are you going up or are you going down? See, I'm giving you like a daily recap. You want to take it to another level? See, I sometimes do every 15 minutes. I see my thoughts. Is it helping me get better or get worse? Right? Because our cells are literally changing every second. You have changed since I've been on the stage. I've changed. So it's who we're becoming that matters. So 3 new things. And then I end the day. So I just recap 3 wins, 3 new improvements, 3 new things, and I just do 10 random things I'm grateful for. 10 random things. So it could be anything. Could be meeting Holton Buggs yesterday. Could be whatever. Just 10 random things. Hearing Steve and Pastor Carter speak. 10 random things. And the more you do this, you know what gratitude makes us? It makes us feel good. And when we feel good, we do good. That's what the top performers know. It's all little mental hacks. Okay, so I do that every evening. Every evening. And then in the morning, that increases my awareness. I recap the day. You want more? Okay. I also just do this in the morning. In the morning when I wake up, by the way, I share with John Maxwell, it's a great book, Leadership Promises Daily. Okay, it's basically every day is a daily, 365 days. It takes a biblical verse, and afterwards gives a recap. I've been reading that book every day since March of 2006. Okay, that was, I'm a very boring guy. It's not that impressive. I don't do many things, but if I do one thing, I never stop. Okay? So I don't read that many daily journals. I would never touch it. But if I do something, I'm going to. So I've been reading that book every day. It's a great, great play. Daily promises, kind of like a daily. It takes you 1 minute to read it, right? But you do it every single day. So I start off my journey, my spiritual routine, my prayer, meditation, and then I list out 10 things, 10 things I'm grateful for. 10 things. Okay, now I normally don't want to repeat what I did the night before, but most of these 10 are the opportunities I have for that day. So I'm excited for that day. So maybe I have phone calls to make. Maybe I have to travel, like I got to fly to Atlanta. Hey, I should be grateful for that. There was a time when before planes, it would take weeks before you go from LA to Atlanta. And people complain about airline travel nowadays. Right? Oh, I'm delayed for 5 hours. You're not delayed for 5 weeks back then. It was snowing, you could even go across the mountains. 5 weeks. Come on, be grateful. Right? So 10 things you're grateful for. A lot of times you can choose something, here's a hack, choose something, a person, an opportunity, or something that's inanimate, like my iPad. My iPad is pretty convenient. It's good for meetings, good for trainings, right? 10 things. And then here's a very important one. 3 new things I'm grateful for my spouse. Okay, we tend to sometimes get so focused on business, we forget those things. So it could be she's taking care of the kids, she's making lunch for the kids, right? You women, you appreciate this, right? Right? So 3 new things you're grateful for your spouse. So that's my morning routine. Right? Afternoon. Now, if this is too much for any of you, just start with the evening, okay, at night. In the afternoon, normally, when do we get most tired? Afternoon, okay? Here's a tip to be more productive. How many of you sometimes, the worst time productivity is right after lunch or late at night? And that's where Amazon makes most of the sales. Or eBay. People bidding late at night or during lunch. Because after you eat lunch, you're tired. Then we're on Facebook, emailing, wasting time, doing non-income producing activities. So what I do is when I walk my dog, I recap the day. I was like, okay, Simon, how was your morning? What are the wins? I kind of plan my day. By the way, every one of you here plan your days? Okay, make sure you plan your days and see, how am I doing? Again, I'm reflecting. So far in the morning, from like the time I wake up to noon, am I working according to that plan? Most people don't do that. Most people like over 8, 10 hours, 15 hours is gone. And then they say, I have no time. They do have time. It's just lack of time management. Right? So it's like the midday is a kind of like a timeout, like the halftime in a football game. What's going on here? What do we have to adjust? Right? Maybe sometimes I'm tired. Okay, that big project, maybe put it on the side. Maybe I'll do some emails, or maybe I have to make some phone calls. but it makes you stay on track. So that's the halftime game. Okay, going back, see what was your morning like. Here's another tip. If you really want to get good at this, you want more? Yeah. Okay. Our thoughts determine our actions, and our actions determine our results. Right? So if you want to do this every 15 minutes, go back and analyze, how did you feel? So maybe like, if I was listening, if you're on the live stream, if you're excited, I'm like, oh, why am I excited right now? They actually said, why? Why do you feel that way? Or maybe you fell down because or someone quit your team. They actually said, why do you feel that way? You know what the real reason is? Because of a scarcity mindset. Right? If you really believe in abundance, but sometimes you don't realize that. So in the past, I was like, oh, this person quit. He won't return my phone call. Oh my goodness, these people lost a leg. Or this prospect I had such high hopes on, he didn't join. And I'll let that get me down. But then when I start analyzing, Simon, why are you feeling this way? It's kind of like having another Simon, like the angel Simon. Hey, Simon, why are you talking that way? Why are you feeling that way? So I don't know, because he quit. Why? Why are you feeling, what's so bad if he's quitting? Because he wasn't a good distributor. If he wasn't good, then isn't it good that he quit? But that is true. Okay, that is true. And so why do you feel that way? As a Simon, is it because you don't feel like making another phone call to sponsor someone new? I was like, oh crap, you called me out. Right? So analyzing yourself, reflection. Okay, again, it's not who we are, it's who we becoming. Every split second, we are changing. And the more you can reflect, the more you will grow. You know, one of the number one business advice I can give you is meditation. I'm a huge fan of meditation. I'm not talking about spiritual meditation. Just sit there and be awareness of breath. We are so in the world now. Phones are nonstop going on. We don't let our minds to think. Now, even a car like is in the garage. If a car you leave the motor on, it's going to burn out. Right? Even a car, you have to rest time. Meditation, just sitting there for 1 minute. If you're never just sitting for 1 minute and look at your mind, look at your emotions. Because you know already what to do. But your emotions, like Yoda says, the emotions lead to the dark side. Right? There's a lot of wisdom in Star Wars. So my challenge to you, my call to action for you is starting tonight, go back and just start easy. You don't need to do the, if you feel you're not up there yet, don't need to analyze your emotions every 15 minutes. But every night before you sleep, write down 3 wins. 3 wins, 3 things you need improvement on, and 3 new things you're grateful for. And you realize how, when you do the 3 new things, you realize how blessed your life is. We are so lucky to be living. There's more opportunity today than in the history of mankind. Can you all do that? Yes. All right, so that's my message for you. I love this business. I'm loud and proud to be in network marketing. Remember, we are in the profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.